Another month has gone by, which means it is time for my monthly favorites. And these monthly favorites, they're not just for any skin. They're far more mature, sometimes wrinkly, sometimes dry skin. But that's okay, because let me try the products and figure out what works and what doesn't, so you don't have to. And the last month, there's been some winners that I'm excited to share with you. If we haven't met before, hi, I'm Jody. I'm 55. Think of me as your midlife beauty bestie. Where together we are just navigating with gratitude the aging process and trying to find beauty products, from skincare to hair care to makeup, products that work and were made for us. I mean, let's be honest, there are not a lot of products that are made specifically with us in mind, but this month I found some winners and I'm really excited to share them with you. First up, I've been trying a new eye cream. This is by Magis Lene. This is available at Costco, you guys, for the first time in the US, which is super exciting. This cream is vegan certified and it's marketed as a high performance eye cream. I like it because I can see that it visibly hydrates, smooths, and brightens my under eye area, which I love because before I apply my concealer or my brightener, I want to add some hydration without the slip. So that's where this has come in really helpful for me. I put it on my under eye area, I allow it to absorb and just kind of fan it a little bit before I go in with my next product. I kept the box so you could see how nicely it's packaged for Costco. It comes in this beautiful box, so it makes a great gift as well. And it comes with two sizes. So your full size is right in there. And then it also comes with a travel size, which sits right in there. So it makes a really great gift. Also, if you know somebody that likes eye cream, but maybe likes the one that they have, but they're open to trying a new one, then you could always pick this up and keep one and give the travel size to someone else. If you are somebody that has dry under eye area and you want them hydrated before you put on your makeup, which of course we do, but if you find that you get too much slippage or settling of your concealer or your color corrector underneath your eye, it could be that your under eye cream is too emollient. So something like this that absorbs quickly into the skin without leaving a greasy film, so that your next product or your layering can really adhere to that under eye area and you don't need a bunch of powder. That's where this comes in. This eye cream has a very soft fragrance. I like how dewy my skin looks so much from it that I've been putting it over my whole face. All right, next up, another new product from RMS, which I absolutely have. I mean, let's talk about this packaging first. This is their ReEvolve Radiance Locking Primer. You guys, anything from RMS, when I talk about brands that design their product specifically for us, RMS is one of those brands that's dedicated to our more mature face. This is a gel textured primer and it comes in refillable packaging. I find that it helps to lock in that cream that I just put on. It also helps grip makeup all day and boost hydration for up to 24 hours. Again, I go back to one of the critical needs of more mature skin is to hydrate. But if you hydrate too many layers, then you start to get products that slip. We need a moisturizer to hydrate. We need a primer to lock in that moisture, but also to help adhere the next layer, which is our foundation. And that's why this one has been my go-to favorite. I have layered these, as you guys are seeing. I'm filming this video 7 hours after I applied my makeup so that you can see how well these products work many hours later. These products aren't sponsored. I will link them all down below if you want to check them out for yourself. Now, while we're talking about primer, a product that isn't new, but I have used it for a while, and I do get a question a lot about not everybody that has more mature skin has dry skin, right? Many of us are still oily in certain areas, oily in the T-zone, for example, or you might find that your makeup wears off around your nose. I know I get some wear off right on the sides of my nose and I'm oily on the forehead. So I need a primer specifically to just address those issues. And that's where I reach for the Milk Hydro Primer. I get the small one, you guys, because I just use the smallest amount. But I do find that as I've gotten older, my more mature skin can't just take one primer. I need to customize it a little bit. So this RMS goes everywhere except where I need more of an oil control and more of a grip, where I find that my makeup wears off. If you wear glasses, you might find that one like this wears really well right underneath where your frames sit, or over the bridge of your nose, again, to help give a little more grip to your foundation. So if you're struggling with the way your foundation is looking, then you might want to customize your primer application 2 different ways, depending on if you have combination skin or you just have some more wear of your foundation in other parts of your face. Then you might need a special little power grip primer like this one. All right, next up, you guys, when I get on a foundation, it takes a lot for me to switch and try something new. However, I'm bringing you a new one, and it's probably one that you never even thought to try. You may not have even heard about it. I know this brand specifically for their lip products. I am a huge fan of Lawless lipstick. Lawless Wedding Day is by far, hands down, my favorite. But now they have a foundation, and I'm loving it, as you can see. I mean, that looks really beautiful. It is a full coverage but natural finish. It comes in 39 shades. It feels very weightless on my face. I don't feel like I have it on. I love the coverage that you get. And if you like a full coverage, but you find that more and more full coverage foundations are more of that soft matte, which I like, I just find that as I'm coming into spring and summer, I want a little less of a soft matte and a little bit more of a natural look to the skin so that it looks more like my skin, but just improved, but not all the way to a soft matte. This has a blurring technology, so for those of you that have more enlarged pores or some fine lines and wrinkles like I do right around, apparently I'm very expressive with my mouth because this part of my face gets a lot of movement and a lot of wrinkles, and that's where my foundation tends to settle the most. But with the layering of that moisturizer and then the primer, and then this Forget the Filler Skin Plumping Foundation, big fan of that new combo. If you've seen any of my videos lately, this has been the combo that I've been wearing, and I absolutely love it. Just as a side note, I'm a big fan of BK Beauty brushes, the Nikki LaRose collection, the Angie Hot and Flashy collection, but I also know that they can be pricey. My favorite brush dupes for the BK Beauty brushes are the BS Small. I talk about these brushes a lot. You'll see me use them. I really like the ones with the bamboo handle, but it's called BS Small. You can get these on Amazon. Couple things that I love about these brushes is A, they don't shed, really important to me. I like the handles of them. Some of them are skinny, some of them are thicker all the way through. It just depends on what you like, but more importantly, they come in so many sets that you can really look at what brushes do you want in your collection, what brushes do you tend to use. You can buy some that are just for the eyes, you can buy some that are just for the face. They've put collections together so that you can get the most useful eye brushes with the most used or most commonly used face brushes. So it takes away some of the guesswork. So for those of you that are somewhat new to makeup, or you just want a couple brushes, but you don't want to buy a whole set of brushes knowing that you're only going to use a certain 3 or 4, then I will link these down below so that you can explore them all on Amazon and really find the kit that works best for you so that you're not buying a brush set if you're only going to use 50% of the brushes that are in the set. All right, so now let's talk about covering up the dark circles under my eyes, and for that I'm using the new Refresh Eye Brightener by RMS. I saw Rosemary Swift talk about this on a recent live stream with Glam Girl Gabby. Big fan of both of those women. And when she put this on, I thought, well, is it a color? I have it in Cherish. I thought, well, is it a color corrector or is it a brightener? And I have, as you're seeing, more purple underneath my eyes. So it is a little bit of both. It neutralizes the purple underneath my eyes while it brightens that under eye area. It's a thin enough formula and it's creamy enough that you can then apply your concealer on top of it without getting that thick layering that you can sometimes get when you've got too many layers of a product or multiple products in a high movement area or a high wrinkled area. For many of us, that's underneath our eyes. It can be right around our mouth. So I like how moisturizing and hydrating this is. RMS products, as you know, are formulated with those of us in mind, and that's why I'm starting to see more and more of my beauty products are RMS for the specific reason that they are formulated for our more mature skin. They're not overly done with skincare so that you feel like everything is just kind of, you know, when you have a makeup product that's just too much skincare in it, like the new Giorgio Armani foundation. I've heard the new Estee Lauder Double Wear is similar, where it just feels a little bit too emollient, too hydrating, too slippery. It just doesn't always work. So when you find a brand that adds the right amount of hydration into your beauty products, it's a no-brainer. So That's how I brighten this under eye area, and then I go in with a new concealer. You guys know I'm a huge fan of the RMS Revitalize Hydra Concealer, but I did think there are other brands on the market, and I do want to be fair and try other brands. So I picked up the new Kosas Concealer. Big fan of this because this wears very much like the Dior Forever concealer, if you're a fan of that one. It's a little more full coverage than the RMS, but I don't want to say dries down, but it melts into your skin very much the same. It also has a little bit of caffeine in it so that if you find that your under eye area is puffy in the morning and you want to depuff, that caffeine helps to depuff that under eye area. This lays really nicely on top of a color corrector if you need one, or that brightener that I just talked about. Or if you have slight discoloration and not enough to need a color corrector or a brightener, this is pigmented enough with a full coverage to be able to cover up some of that darkness without having too many layers. I'm not sure what shade I'm wearing, and I'm sure it's written somewhere there, so I will link that down below in the description box, as well as all these products. Now, to finish off the under eye area, I saw Nikki LaRose talk about this powder, and whenever she recommends something as a professional and a celebrity makeup artist and a friend of mine, I am listening because I love her makeup looks. She works on women that are over 50. She works on younger women. So when she recommends something for our more mature skin, I'm all ears. She uses the Airbrush Brightening Flawless Finish by Charlotte Tilbury. This has a brightening and a blurring effect, which I think that's why I like it so much. Charlotte Tilbury products are cruelty-free, and the reason I like this is because A, it doesn't settle into fine lines, it locks my under eye makeup in place for hours, and here's the theme here, it has a blurring effect. And yes, I'm all about blurring effect. It also has a brightening effect to the under eye area, but even though it's white, it wears very translucent when you use just a little tiny bit. So it naturally gives a brighten to this under eye area without it looking like you've added a white powder underneath your eyes. You don't want to go out and have such a stark contrast from your forehead, for example, to underneath your eyes. You just want a gradual lighting, brightening area just right through here, not just under the under eyes, because that's where we have wrinkles. So we don't want brightener just here. You kind of want to brighten in a heart shape around your face. So under the eyes, a little bit on the chin, and again, just a heart shape, just like that. All right, now let's go to some blushes. I have been on a blush journey lately, and I didn't even know I was on a blush journey. But again, from that live stream, I saw Gabby use this Pomegranate Fizz blush. It is so pretty, and you know, as more mature women, I try to stay away from powder formulas. This is a powder formula, but it isn't. It's just not. It is a cream application when you put it on. It's very similar to that Natasha Denona one that I highlighted a couple weeks ago on Friday Face Off. That is definitely a cream. It feels like a cream. It wears like a cream. This is a powder, meaning you can apply it with a powder brush very, very flawlessly. It diffuses the color. There are some great blushes on the market. The reason I have this in my February favorites is because this specific shade. This is not a shade I would have seen online and thought, oh, let me order that. But I saw Gabby apply it, and the way she applied it, I'm like, that is really, really pretty. I don't know if it's gonna work on my lighter skin tone, but it works flawlessly. It is just the most beautiful flush of color, but a little bit more of a, it's not a berry. I mean, Pomegranate Fizz, I guess if you think of what that looks like or sounds like, that's exactly the look that you get. So Pomegranate Fizz, absolutely stunning. I brought you guys the Maybelline Lifter Stick a lot over the last couple months because it is such a good bronzer, but I thought, all right, we've seen that one, we know about it. Let's try something new and see what else is out there. Rare Beauty's liquid products, from their liquid blush to their liquid highlighters to their liquid bronzers, are just really easy to work with. And the undertone of them I find to be perfect. This is the shade Mellow. It's a perfect neutral tone. It's not warm, it's not cool. It's very easy to blend out. You can't see where this product starts or stops. And Rare Beauty is now available at Ulta as well as Sephora. So if you prefer to shop online at Ulta versus Sephora, you can find Rare Beauty products there. I told you I've tried a lot of products this month, right? All right, so now let's finish up with some lips. You guys know I have been using Jane Iredale Spice for a long time, several months, probably 8 months. I absolutely love this. But again, I've talked about it, and if I don't try new stuff, you guys are gonna be like, thanks Jody, we've tried that one. Share us something new. I can do that. This lip pencil is by the brand Mauve, and it is in shade M1990. It's a soft formula, it's creamy, it glides, and it doesn't skip the wrinkles around my mouth. Because it's such a soft formula, it doesn't bleed in the lines, but it doesn't skip over the top of them, so that when you then smile, you don't have like a dotted line. It gets into those wrinkles without bleeding, which is why I've really loved this specific formula. And then I pair it with a MAC shade that I had not seen before. This is called Thanks, It's MAC. I also saw Nikki LaRose talk about this when she did Lisa J's makeup for the Grammys, and I thought, oh, that looks beautiful on Lisa, and I want to try it, and that's become my new favorite. Now, more often than not, for my final look, I like a little bit more of a high shine or a gloss look to my lips, but I don't like a sticky lip gloss. I don't like my hair to get stuck in it when the wind blows. And if I can get a lip gloss that adds a little bit of plumping, well, I'm all for it. As long as the plumping is not that stinging, burning, feeling like I have jalapeno peppers on my lips. That is not what happens with this new Lawless. This is from their Forget the Filler collection, same collection as that foundation. I've really been impressed. Lawless has been one of those brands that I've sort of slept on for a while. Again, I thought of them more for lipstick, but now I'm opening my eyes to what else they have. And maybe it's just because they're adding new SKUs or new products to their line. But this Forget the Filler, first of all, can we just have a moment for how fun that curved applicator is and how much I love putting that on. This is in the shade Velvet Daisy. It's a really soft pink. I will wear this with or without lipstick. I will use it with or without a lip liner. Sometimes I use it just a lip liner outlined and then that lip gloss in the middle. Quick story, I ordered another one of these this morning because I was having lunch with a girlfriend yesterday, and after we had lunch, I didn't want a thicker lipstick on. I just wanted to quickly polish up with this, and it wasn't in my purse. So I want to keep one in my purse and where I get ready in the morning. All right, you guys, that is it for the month of February. Some really great products that are meant to help us look our best without breaking the bank. I will have them all linked down below. If you want to know more about products and you like side-by-side comparisons and you want to know how well do they work not only at the time of application but also after 8 hours, then be sure to check out my Friday Face Off series. Those videos come out every single Thursday. It's called Friday Face Off, so you can watch it on Friday, but if you want a jump start on it, they come out on Thursdays. If you like this video, I'd appreciate you to give it a thumbs up, hit the hype button so that it gets pushed out by the algorithm to more people that might be looking for product ideas or reviews. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell because I have my March live stream coming up. I believe it's the 12th, but be sure to subscribe so that you can find that information when we post it in the community tab. All right, you guys, that does it for me today. Thanks so much for, getting ready with me today. And I'll see you guys in just a couple days. Bye-bye.